Vernon Derby, roll, ready fi roll, ready fi roll.
Welcome back. You're listening to Redeem FM, coming to you live from Kingston, Jamaica. We're broadcasting on the FM band at 102.1, 102.3, 102.5, 102.7, and 102.9. This is Spot On, the People's Program, the People's University, the People's Parliament. I'm your friend, Vernon Derby, and thank you very much for staying with me. My friends, I want to say a few things, and since I've been into broadcasting, I've never felt so nervous before. Very nervous. You're probably wondering why. I'm normally concerned about saying anything on radio which is libelous or giving wrong information, or sometimes talking to someone I mean no harm and they take an offense and so on. Those things I'm concerned about. But I'm going to say some things, and it's coming from the bottom of my heart, and it's because I know enough. And I think I must say it. Anybody who knows me know that I really love my country. Yes, I do. Probably I love it too much to the point where I'm stupid. Because I said to you I could have been overseas. I never even applied for visa. I will tell the story. It's another story. I shouldn't even say that on air. That was many years ago. I was invited to go to places and so on. So, yeah, I want to say something. Sometimes you're in politics or even running a company. You need to sometimes take a break. As one who has been close to politicians over the years, I noticed that many of our political leaders, they do not take time off. If you run a company, you take time off. You're a worker, you take time off. I hear persons talking about job descriptions for parliamentarians. You know that while I think you must give them what the authority is, what's the authority of an MP or certain broad things, I think when it comes to job description, I'll take it a little bit too far. You really can't. A MP is a leader to do it and everything. And they are expected to do any and everything. We call them at all ungodly hours of the night. Yeah, but you're going to say, boy, they get big money now. Yeah, I agree. They probably get too much money for 2 years. And the way they get the big money, it was done properly. So, yeah, I'm concerned about that. But I'm also concerned that many of our leaders, they have not taken a break in a long time. You heard me? Many of our political leaders have not taken a break in a long time. Now, I don't know if anybody in Parliament who is God Almighty. I'm not aware of that. And if you're a Christian and you believe in the Bible, it says on the seventh day, right? God rest. And whether you believe it or not, even in culture, there's a certain time when you take a break. Let me make it very clear. I am no medical doctor, but I'm no fool. Sometimes you need to take a break. Because if you don't take a break, you'll end up reaching breaking point. I'm going to suggest to my leaders that some of you, and that includes the Prime Minister, I cannot recall the Prime Minister taking a break. Neither the leader of the opposition, but I'd put more emphasis on the Prime Minister. Being a leader of a country is not an easy task. And don't forget Obama, when him going to politics and turn president, him look like a real young boy. And after a few years, Marky probably just grew up naturally, but some of us are convinced that the pressures of that office cause a man to grow up early. We talk about accountability and we talk about job description, but I always think about that human aspect of it, that our political leaders are human beings. Oh yes, most of them do some horrible things. Oh, you think I don't know? I've been close to them, so I'm quite aware some of them do. Yes, I know. But also they are human beings, and some of you need to take a break. I am not aware, probably the lawyers can help me. I'm not aware of it being in the law, which states that a prime minister or a member of parliament should take break of probably a week or 2 weeks. But I'm saying to my leaders, some of you need to take a break. And I'm starting with the Prime Minister first. Mr. Prime Minister, you know, I've been in touch with you for a very long time. And there was a time when I used to talk to you pretty often. I've been in contact for some time now. And I observe you very well. And I know exactly what you want for the country. And sometimes when you go off track, people might say you go off deliberately. And even political leaders, they do some stupid things sometimes, you know. But I will tell you, the heavyweight of leadership can do all kinds of things to people. And I'm saying this, and that's why I say I'm nervous, because who am I to tell the Prime Minister to take a break? Mr. Prime Minister, I'm suggesting very strongly, sir. And I mean well. If my listeners think I'm talking rubbish, I'm passing my bounds, then let me know. I really think you need a break. I've been observing you, and I won't say these things on air, but God has blessed me with being, what the word is, intuitive about certain things. And I think you need to take a break. I'm picking up some things, sir. You need to take a break. Take a break for like 3 weeks and so. Go some far out country, relax, and come back. Sometimes it's good for the nation to call for you and say, where's the PM? And let somebody act for you in the meantime. But I'm not only saying this for the Prime Minister. There are other persons in Parliament too who need to take a break. And there are some persons who need to take a permanent break. Because I'm not asking you, you are reaching breaking point. And some of you have reached a point where you're broke now. Yes, and I broke up with the mashup. You need to take a walk. And please don't take this personally. You know, I love you guys. It's nothing personal. I watch, when a particular person, when anybody behave in a particular way, we tend to cuss them and tear them down. You have your child, picking the body, say picking the bad and worthless, but the behavior of that child is an indication sometimes that something else is wrong. And I'm saying to you that some of you have reached breaking point. And for those of you who are listening to me, you know, I know quite a few of you. I've been to school with you. And I've seen some of you deteriorate over the years. But when you're a leader, if you deteriorate and you make certain decisions, or you behave in a particular way, it sets a tone. I remember in the 80s when things got hot and our political leaders functioned in a particular way. The people picked up the tone, and the country was in turmoil then. There is something wrong now, and I'm going to suggest that some of my leaders, we need to take a walk. I just got that feeling that I must say it. And I must tell you that I do, over the years I've learned that I do have some skills there. And I say it's God-given. I'm seeing some things that sometimes the ordinary person will not see. I remember a miss who I spoke with, who worked at a particular place. And when I made a comment about her and what was happening, I was told, Vernon, you're not a doctor. I like you don't like the person. How do you convince people that some of us are born with certain skills and talents? Yes, we are. Well, I won't go into details. Today, that person is now in the hospital. And I must tell you, my heart goes out to that person. Because sometimes we are going through certain things that we don't even know. And when I say hospital is, you know what I'm talking about, at the regular hospital. And sometimes when persons behave a certain way, we are hard on them. Your spouse behaves in a certain way, you're saying, what is in there? Not realizing there are certain psychological challenges that person is facing. And that person is bawling out for help. And our parliamentarians are no different. There are some of them there who are bawling out for help. And I would say to the people, rather than looking at some of them as JLP and PMP, look at some of them as needing help and speak out loudly and tell them which one needs to go. And when they go, we are going to treat them good, No, man, not whether them a PMP or GLP, because they have contributed. I know they might get a little more money, but first time they never used to get nothing. A monkey money they used to get. And we are beg them money, and we beg money to go to school and everything. But some of our leaders need to take a walk and go away gracefully. You need to go. And I hope those who are listening, you'll know who I'm talking, because, I'm not talking from a background of ignorance. I'm talking from a background because I do know. There's another person who has been appointed to, and I know that the challenges are. And if you don't study people and you don't have a team which study persons, you will not know the caliber of persons that you have appointed. There are persons who have been appointed to positions in this country, in the public sector, in commissions and so on, when I'm not ready. So don't tell me that this person was a big dog, was a judge or a lawyer. Right now they are deteriorating and they have certain challenges, yeah? Because one has to be careful. I'm on air.
Vernon Darby, roll, ready fi roll, ready fi roll.